What's up, guys? This is the Wizard Report, episode 1. I am the Wizard. We got a sponsor for today's video, All American CBD hemp gummies. Man, they are good. Tasty and delicious. They'll leave you feeling a little patriotic as well. God damn, I love them. Give them a shout out, guys. They're great. They're good. You'll love them. Like I said, I just got done eating a few of them. I love them myself. They're in the link below. And let's get into the video. Conor and Cowboy just got done. We're going to go through this fight card. Start with the main event and take it from there. We had to take down the other channel. We started over with this one. And I said it in the other video, guys. I mean, you can't hide the damage. Cowboy has 51 fights. He's he's a G, guys. He's a gangster, but he's had a lot of fights. Okay, Conor came in with that huge overhand right, and Cowboy ducked it, and he had the perfect opportunity right there. Conor gave it to him. The takedown presented itself. It was there. Cowboy had it, and he chose to break away, and he wanted to try to strike. And what happened? They got into that clinch, and Conor had those beautiful shoulder strikes. They were outstanding. They left Cowboy, like he said, disoriented, and Conor capitalized on that. Followed up with a beautiful head kick. For Cowboy to have the all-time record in head kicks, and for Conor to, like I said, guys, he has the best distance control probably in all of the UFC. His striking is outstanding. He has lethal striking. People don't want to give Conor the credit that he deserves. Conor McGregor is the best striker in the UFC. Probably, unless somebody else comes along and takes that. Until someone comes along and takes that title from him, I think that he's still the best striker in the UFC. For crying out loud, he dispatched of Cowboy. Even with Cowboy not being able to take damage like he used to, he is still one of the top fighters in the world. Still. And Conor got him out of there in 40 seconds. Nobody's ever done that. Cowboy has never been finished like that. Never. I've gone back and looked at all of his fights. Even RDA, when RDA got him out of there pretty quickly, not that fast. That was incredible. Incredible. So, I tip my hat. But I knew Conor was going to do it in a round. I didn't know, but I felt it. I'll say that. I felt it. I even called it in the video. So, but 40 seconds, wow. That was very impressive. Very impressive. So, I think here's... People are like, George Masvidal's too big. George Masvidal will hurt Conor. No, I don't think so. I think Conor could knock George out, but I think George could, knock Conor out. But I think Conor should stay at 55. I think, people get carried away. This fight was at 70. Those were two 55ers. We all know that. No matter how many fights Cowboy has at 70. He's a 55er. We all know that. So let's not get carried away. Conor's like, I've got knockouts in 3 divisions. Nobody else has done that. Well, great. Good for you, Conor. But the guys you fought at 170 were 55ers, okay? So, good job, but let's not get carried away. Also, I think the fight to make, the fight to really test his skills would be against Justin Gaethje, okay? Justin Gaethje is a beast. He's a killer. He's a savage. I think Conor is all of those things himself. But Justin Gaethje just knocked out Cowboy before Conor did, okay? Justin Gaethje's been fighting a lot more often. Justin Gaethje should be next in line for the title. If they're going to skip over Justin Gaethje, that's a disgrace, okay? This is a sport of what have you done for me lately? Not who's the biggest star. What's going to make the most money. I get all that. I know what that's all about the likes and all that, but Justin Gaethje has gotten the UFC a lot of money. So if don't skip over him. At least let Conor fight him and make that a number one contender fight. That'll blow up. That'll be huge. That'll be huge. That'll make a ton of money. I know it won't make as much as Khabib and Conor, but it'll set that up even more. And plus, Khabib's going to be off for Ramadan. He doesn't train or fight during that time. So something's got to be happening during that time. Something's got to fill that void. Why not Gaethje? Why not Gaethje? It all lines up. It's I think it would be good. I don't care what everybody else says about Gaethje's not big enough for Conor. Bullshit. Gaethje's plenty big enough, okay? Gaethje's got, 20 fights and 19 knockouts? Who else has that in MMA? No one. Not even Mr. McGregor himself. Whatever. Fuck. Come on now. So, that's just my opinion on that. So, I think it's I think, that's the way it should be. That's the way the Wizard sees it, guys. Going down the main card here, Holly Holm defeats Raquel Pennington. People were booing, and I can see why. They want to be entertained, and it's the co-main event. The co-main event spot should be, blood, guts, and glory. Well, sometimes you don't get that. And this fight was plenty much for me. I was plenty entertained with it. Holly Holmes, she's expanding her game, guys. She's not just a striker anymore. She's a grappler, and I think that she's great, guys. She's absolutely fantastic. She was moving good when she needed to clinch. She clinched, and when she broke, when she needed to break. But most of the fight was spent in the clinch, and that's how she won. There's not too much more to say than that. Rocky, she couldn't get going. Holly never let her get going, and that's, all the credit in the world for Holly. She needed to win bad, and she got it, and that's what winners do. Alexei Oleinik, the boa constrictor does it again. This guy right here, what is he, 82, and he's still fighting? Jesus Christ. This guy's been fighting since, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I know he's been fighting since the 90s. So I'll just say that. That is absolutely insane. I think he started off as a middleweight, if I'm not mistaken. Absolutely insane. He's a heavyweight. The guy looks like he gets off the couch and just submits people for fun, Like Dana calls him, he gets off the couch, goes in there, submits somebody, and then goes back and does whatever he wants to do, I know that's not what he really does, but goodness gracious, it's just, he's absolutely a treat to watch, and I enjoy it. He goes out there and performs every time. The Mark Hunt fight was crazy. But, Maurice Green, he tried. He even went for that Kimura, which I thought was crazy. I did not think he would try to do that, and he did. Hey, more power to him. When he threw that head kick, he got off balance, and that was the beginning of the end. So, hey, great job for Alexei Oleinik. I think he got a bonus as well. Good for him. Then we go down to Brian Kelleher. Man, defeats Odie Osborne. Man, that was Brian Kelleher again, another guy that needed to win badly. Goes in there. I thought it was going to be a slugfest. Boy, was I wrong. Brian Kelleher gets the takedown and then pulls off the guillotine. Hey, absolutely what he needed, guys. When his back was against the wall. He had 2 losses in a row. He needed to win. If he was going to get a third loss, he was going to, in my opinion, I don't know this, but in my opinion, he was probably going to get cut. That's what happens when you get 3 losses in a row in the UFC. You get cut. So, hey, he needed it. He got it done. That's what winners do. Man, that was a treat. That was a treat. Now we go on to the next one, and let's see here. Anthony Pettis versus Diego Ferreira. I think, you know, Anthony Pettis, he needed this one and he didn't get it. The the people underestimate Diego, and that's a mistake. You can't underestimate Diego, and he's a killer. How can I say this? How can I say this the right way? He's an unknown still, and I don't know how. That's 6 wins in a row. The guy's all he does is win. All he does is win, and people still underestimate him. So, what can you do? What can you do? I mean, he's winning on the biggest stage. This one's going to put him out there. This one right here is going to put him out there, and that's what he. This is what he needed. This is exactly what he needed. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. You know, he went out there and he did what he needed to do, and that's what. That's all you can ask for. That's all you can ask for. And he was the favorite, and still, all I heard was, you know, Pettis is the better fighter. I don't know. It was weird. Vegas had it right, but it seemed like all the analysts and everybody else just was overlooking Diego, and I was a little annoyed by that, to say the least. It seemed to me like he outstruck him too. So I don't even think it was close. I don't think it was close. That's just the way that I saw it and the way it played out. So go on to the next one. Roxanne Modafferi defeats Macy Barber. I was so wrong. And that's the beauty of this sport, because that happens. That happens. Roxanne Modafferi, guys, she performs, and what I'm about to say is not a slight at her. It's gonna sound like a slight, but it's not a slight. It's a compliment. Roxanne Modafferi goes out there and gets better every time, and she's not an athletic person. She might be the most unathletic person on the whole UFC roster, and she still gets it done. Macy Barber has way more power than her, is way more athletic than her, and Roxanne Modafferi dominated that fight. Well, Macy blew out her knee because Roxanne did that. Roxanne did that. And, I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. So, that's just the way it is. So, now, I mean, they came in and Macy had a lot of hype behind her, and I think that Roxanne just totally put a stop to that. I think that Macy can bounce back. You know, I don't think that there's. Yeah, Macy will be fine, guys. Macy will be fine. I don't know that this will kill her. This ain't gonna set her back too much. It'll you know, I don't know how bad the injury is, so it's a little. It'll be a little setback, but she's got a lot of hype behind her, so it'll be okay. Now for the people's main event. Andre Fili versus Sadiq Youssef. God damn. I don't know. what to say about this fight. Who 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 won? Who the fuck won this fight? I went back and watched it again, or the highlights, whatever. Fuck me. I know that Sadiq definitely won the second round. He definitely lost the third round, but who the fuck won the first round? I don't know. I don't know. And when it's that close, you can't leave it to the judges, and that's what happened. Um, so good for Sadiq. Good for Sadiq. So I think that he's a big guy. He's huge. He's fucking huge. So he could be up at 155 really quickly. Um, but like he said, he hasn't missed weight. So how the fuck? Why does everybody keep saying he's gonna be up there? Maybe in a couple of years, but I don't know. If he's winning at 145, I don't. Even he's saying he'll take a short notice fight at 155. That doesn't seem intelligent to me. But hey, fuck him. If he wants to take it, get that money. Tim Elliott, goddamn mullet man. He was in there throwing hard, but it just wasn't enough. And in the third round, I really thought that he was gonna push harder and get the win, and it just didn't fucking happen. So maybe he was more tired than he let on, and he didn't want to leave himself defenseless. It's the only thing I could think of. Or maybe he was more hurt than he let on, but he needed to push harder to get the win. Because in my opinion, he needed a finish. And he just didn't. And so, but hey, Askar Askarov got that W. Good job. Good job. Drew Dober. What a killer this guy is. And not many people know about him. Not many people know about him. He's that quiet dude with a smirk on his face in the classroom that'll kill everybody in there, Like, who the fuck is this guy? Goodness gracious. Been watching him now, for a couple of years, and he's a treat. He's a treat to watch. And the guy that he just fought, Nasrat, is a fucking killer. This guy, this guy has not lost a single fight in the UFC, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I haven't seen him lose. I'm pretty sure he's undefeated in the UFC. So, and Drew Dober just goes in there and blows him away. Blows him away. So, good job for Drew Dober. Good job for Drew Dober. Now, we go down to the next one. And the Ledette fight. What a tough fight to score. I mean, fuck me. I don't know. I mean, they gave it to. I'm not sure how to say his name, even after watching it, because I don't know if they even said it right. Kamar. Fuck. Alexka. The guy that won is. Everybody was talking about him being undersized for the division. I promise, dude, next time I talk about you, I will say your fucking name right. But he's a killer, man. He's a killer because the guy walked through everything Ledette threw at him and fucking stood there. I mean, they were talking about him being rocked, but he stood in the pocket and traded with a guy that used to fight at heavyweight. And, hey, more power to that guy because he stood in there and absolutely it was a fucking slugfest. It was a power punching fight with a few jabs. Um, that's what it was. It was a power punching fight with a few jabs, and I think that it could have gone either way. Like I said about the other fight, when it can go either way, you got to finish your opponent. You have to finish your opponent. If you don't finish them, you can't complain about losing the decision. It's just it's a fucking sport that the outcome is so drastic. You have to fucking put your opponent out in some way. Now, this next fight, the Aldridge fight, I'm sorry. Again, you cannot let it go to the judges' scorecards, but JJ Aldridge, in my opinion, I thought she won that fight. I thought that she won that fight. She's the. Gosh, I don't know. I don't, you can't let it go to the judges. But, it's the number one in criteria is for damage. I know that Mazo outstruck her, but I thought JJ did more damage, so that's what I thought. But I don't know. The first round, I know that Aldridge definitely won. The second round, I don't know, but it is what it is. I got to rewatch it, so I could be wrong, but hey, you can't let it go to the judges. I don't know how many times I can say that, but you'll say it after every fight card you watch, because you're going to have those on every single fight card. Now, who knows what we get next out of McGregor? Fuck. I really want, to see Holly get another good win. But it was a good fight card. Everybody was like, it's gonna be top heavy. It's gonna be, and looking at it, it sure did look top heavy. But I thought it was a great overall fight card. I wasn't bored at all. So good job, really good job. Up next we have, if I'm not mistaken, the John Jones Dominic Reyes, or is Blades and Santos. So that will be interesting. We'll have a video coming out about them shortly. Have the wizard break down those. That's all I got, guys. Come back to you later on in the week with another video. Thanks for watching.